In the heart of the holiday season, a blistering and blinding snowstorm was howling like a banshee, swallowing whole the quaint little village of Pinewood. And in the confines of Pinewood resides the old town orphanage, stricken to the interior walls due to the deadly weather and the time of night. The children huddled close to the fire, but something was lingering along with the storm, a feeling they couldn't shake. Their faces were being illuminated by the dancing flames, but fear, not warmth, was flickering in the glare of their eyes. Why? Because whispers had reached the orphanage, and they carried along with the icy breath of the wind. Whispers of a monstrous figure lurking in the snow-covered woods, a creature with cold black eyes and a barbed tongue. Krampus, they called him, and he was the Christmas demon who punished naughty children. The children, many of them already burdened by a life of loneliness, loss, and hardship, were tormented by the tales of the demon that comes to cause the holidays havoc. Sleep became a battlefield against nightmares, their dreams haunted by the rasping laughter of the demon and the sting of his birch rod against their cold skin. Greta, a girl with eyes the color of summer skies and a spirit hardened by years of neglect, tried to remain strong. She tried to be a beacon of brightness. She told stories of bravery and hope, weaving tales of knights and dragons to banish the shadows of dread that were haunting the orphanage. But even she couldn't escape the icy grip of fear that had settled over her peers and her friends. Then, on the eve of Christmas, the storm reached its towering peak, the wind gusts screaming, rattling the windows and threatening to tear the roof from the building. Now huddled in their beds, the children listened while their hearts pounded against their ribs like trapped birds. Suddenly, a booming sound shattered the night, a sound like a giant tearing through a forest. The ancient oak tree that once sat out front, a silent sentinel for generations, was now splintered in two, with its branches crashing onto the orphanage roof. And then he appeared. A monstrous figure emerged from the swirling snow, its form a grotesque parody of man and beast. Cloven hooves stomped and clawed at the wooden floor, while his thick coat of fur, the color of night, bristled with menace. His face was a mask of horns and fangs, his eyes burning with an unholy emerald light. In his hand, he held a knotted birch rod, its touch promising unspeakable pains. The children screamed and screamed while scrambling for cover beneath their beds. But there was no escape. The demon, with the grace of a bear and the fury of a hurricane, stalked his helpless prey. One by one, he dragged them from their hiding places, their cries echoing through the ravaged orphanage. His birch rod, which he wielded with brutal precision, inflicted agonizing pain, each lash a cruel reminder of his grueling power. Greta watched in horror, her blood turning to ice as her friends were tortured. She knew that her turn was coming, that she was next in line for the demon's cruel justice. But as Krampus raised his rod ready to strike, a strange calm descended upon Greta. The fear that gripped her heart evaporated, replaced by a cold, chilling determination. She would not be another victim. With a roar that defied her small stature, Greta leaped forward. Her defiance was a spark against the overwhelming darkness. She knew she was no match for the demon, but she wouldn't go down without a fight. Their struggle was short and brutal. Krampus, surprised by the girl's sudden resistance, roared in fury. But Greta, fueled by an unyielding spirit, fought with the ferocity of a cornered animal. She dodged his blows, her movements swift and precise. She even managed to land a few blows of her own, but her small fists striking against his massive form were like pebbles against a stone wall. But in the end, Krampus' power was too great. He grabbed her with one hand, his grip like a crushing vice. The birch rod descended, a blur of motion that ended with a sickening crack. Greta fell to the ground, pain radiating from her broken bones. She looked up at the demon, her vision blurring, and saw a strange mixture of anger and grudging respect in his eyes. "You fought bravely, little one," he rasped, his voice surprisingly gentle. "But even the bravest fall to the darkness." With a final roar, Krampus vanished into the swirling snowstorm, leaving behind a trail of destruction and silence heavy with grief. The children, whose faces were pale and streaked with tears, huddled together, their innocence now permanently shattered and taken from them. The old town orphanage was never the same. The memory of the Christmas demon lingered, leaving a dark stain on their hearts. And every Christmas Eve, as the wind howled and the snow fell, the children remembered the night Krampus came, the night he stole their innocence and left them with nothing but the echoes of their shrieks and the chilling reminder that even the bravest hearts could be broken by the darkness that is Krampus. Thank you for your love and support. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and have a wonderful holiday season.